welcome. No, not welcome. Jennifer Tardy here, and you are with the Black Career Success channel on YouTube. And thanks for coming back another day. So, I'm sure you saw the title and you know what we're talking about today, which is how are companies determining how much to pay you in an offer? So you must be in a situation where you've interviewed and they want you and they've extended you an offer. And you're wondering to yourself, where did this number come from? So if you stick around, I'm going to talk to you about the three ways that most companies use to determine salaries. And if you stay until the very end, I'm going to give you some places that you can go to determine your market worth. So the very first way that a company begins thinking about your salary is doing a market analysis. So a market analysis looks at the job title and the number of years of experience that you need to have to be in this position, and it's compared to similar jobs in the market. Or jobs with those similar titles in the market. So that similarity could be something that's industry recognized. So think about the competitors for that same company. It could just be looking at that title in general. It doesn't really matter what industry it's in. And then that data that comes in from the market analysis gives the person creating the salary a range with which to work. So companies will then look at that range and get an idea of where best to consider your salary. The second input that really good companies look at is called internal equity. And if you haven't heard of internal equity, I'm just going to give it to you pretty plain and clearly. It's what your peers at that same company with that same job title make, right? Because we can't bring you in to work at this company making way more than the people who are already here within the company performing the same work make. So if that's the case, and if they find that in order to seal the deal with you, they have to bring you in at a competitive rate, there has to be a reason for that. And in addition, the company also needs to ask themselves, do I need to do any sort of adjustment to the people who will soon be your peers at the same company? Understand internal equity now? So it's making sure that internally everyone is paid with the same amount of equity, right? Now, the third way or the third input that organizations often rely on, and listen closely, I'm going to say it slowly. They rely on your salary history. Okay? So anytime you hear me mention something related to don't share your salary history with an organization, focus more on your desired salary, or watch what you say regarding your salary history, that is because that is a huge input that could go into the decision that the next organization makes when they decide to pay you. So the challenge here is, what if you've already been paid pretty low, right, for someone with your job title? Now, you sharing your salary history with this new organization, and that new organization only pays you a little bit more than what you're currently making, then you're never going to be able to catch up or close the loop in your own salary. So I always recommend that instead of talking about salary history, you talk about either your market worth, and we'll get to how you can determine your market worth in a second, or you talk about your desired salary. I'm going to do another video in the future that talks about how you can get around the salary history question more in depth. But for now, I think that this is an important token for you. So now you understand that many companies take all three into effect. Looking at the market and what the market says somebody doing this work should make, looking at internal equity, looking at what your peers with the same job title in the same organization are making, and they're also looking at your salary history. Now, Laws are being put in place now related to recruiters' inability to ask a question around salary history. But again, more about that. So, for those of you who wanted to know, how can I determine my worth in the market based on my own knowledge, skills, and experience? How can I determine how much I should desire by way of a salary? There are three places online that I always recommend that people go to. Go to all three because it may give you a different indication. Bring all of that information together, and then you'll see how you're paid compared to your other peers in the market. The first place that I recommend is go to salary.com. Salary.com allows you to put in the job title, put in the city and the state, and then it tells you, it gives you a range on what people are making that have that exact same job title. Look at the duties as well, because some have levels within the same job title that you need to be aware of as well. The other thing that I recommend is PayScale. PayScale is similar to salary.com. Both give you good perspectives on salary. Now, another place that a lot of people go to get reviews on organizations, it's also an excellent place to go if you want to learn more about what people are making within a certain company, and that's glassdoor.com. I always recommend that when people are doing their own research on what they want their desired salary to be, I recommend go to glassdoor.com. You can actually look at organizations that you're interested in if they're already in the system. And believe it or not, employees of that organization will anonymously put in their own salary for the same position that you're looking for. So it also gives you some leverage. It gives you some insight on how much that organization is typically paying for employees who do that job title. So I hope this helps you. Another nugget, another day, another step towards success in your own career. Join us back again soon. We're always coming back with more videos. See you soon.